name is Letty Perez, and I am 19 years old.
My name is Veronica Mendez, and I'm 21 years old.
Carolina Arguelles, I'm 20 years old.
William Gomez Mulder, and I'm 20.
I was born in Mexico and then moved to Palo Alto for a year. My dad was doing his master's, and then I moved to Venezuela for 3 years, back to Mexico, and then to Houston, Texas when I was in 3rd grade.
I grew up in Mexico City for a long time, and I moved to Miami when I was at the end of middle school, high school.
I'm from Miami, but my parents are Cuban.
My family, my dad's family is Argentinian and my mom's family is Colombian.
Miami, but I'm born of Cuban descent.
My brothers are Mexican, so we're all over the place.
Usually when people ask me where I'm from, it's because they think I have an accent, or someone told them I was Latin, or I'm with Latin people, and so they've just assumed that I'm Latin as well.
Oh, well, you have an accent. Where are you from?
People say that they hear an accent from the first few words that I say.
When I was home, I never had to confront the fact that I was Hispanic. I did, in terms of, it was so much a part of my life, but it was never something that I had to identify and defend myself in a way, because everyone around me was Hispanic. I went to a high school where 2 girls in my entire grade were American.
Here I am a minority, and I'm at home I'm not.
Having like the normal American like teenager upbringing, all my friends were American, but I would still always have that other culture at home.
When I came to Northwestern was the first time I actually felt Hispanic. I finally felt like, was the first time I actually felt like a minority.
I came to school and I kind of felt like I had to definitely identify myself in a specific way.
I didn't realize it was such a difference until people pointed it out.
Definitely my name marks me. My last name is just something that no one can ever pronounce.
Well, the name will definitely give it away.
In my same grade in elementary school, there were 5 Carolinas in my grade. It's such a common name. And I came to school and I had to change my name, and that was never something that I thought about coming to school. It's such a common name, and not just Carolina, it's Caro. That's my nickname. It's always been my name, and so I came to school and have to like change your name, which is like so much a part of you, obviously. You know, it's like the first thing how you identify yourself is your name. And so I came to school, and you know, obviously you're introducing yourself to so many people, and I would introduce myself as Caro, and I would just get blank stares, confused faces.
Whenever people hear Gomez, they're like, oh, well, he's definitely not American, he's Hispanic. So it's pretty much identifies you.
If I'm hanging out with like my friends who are from Mexico, like I'm very much like them, and like they see me as Mexican. If I'm hanging out with my friends who aren't Mexican, if they know me very well, they think of me as Mexican. If I would just meet someone on the street or like don't know them very well, they think I'm American.
It's my generation who were born of Hispanic parents but born in the United States kind of find themselves in like a limbo.
Because I feel like I don't fit either way. I don't fit in either places. I'm just kind of a mixture of both of them now.
You can identify with them, but then you can also identify yourself with being American because you do speak English the majority of the time. So I don't know. I find myself to be in limbo with that.
When I'm in Mexico, people think I'm Colombian. When I'm in Colombia, people think I'm Mexican. When I'm in Miami, they think I don't know. So it's just like, I don't even know what to say.
I got like the bad end of the bargain because my sister's first language was Spanish, my brother's first language was Spanglish, and mine was English, and my parents didn't teach me Spanish first. And I'm kind of disappointed by that.
When I have kids, their first language will be Spanish because that's just part of the culture. That's part of how I was raised, how my parents were raised, my grandparents were, like, it's just who I am. It's what I identify myself with, for sure.
College application experience was really hard for my parents.
I remember when the whole, like, there was all those flyers going around with how many, like, black students were in, like, the incoming, like, freshman class, and how it was, like, such a low number, and it was just something that was broadcast everywhere. And that's one specific example, but I do think that people notice that because there are obviously very few minorities in terms of blacks and Hispanics.
Here, obviously, like, it's a big process, like, an application, like, you've had a lot of schools, so they were very overwhelmed by the process because they had never gone through that, since they just have to apply to 2 schools. So just, like, stuff like that, like, it's hard for them to adjust.
If you don't live there, you don't necessarily understand the completely, like, the culture and the customs and, like, the little things that you would never think about. Like, even I've been living here for a long time, and I somewhat feel a little bit disconnected from like, the little details.